guys, welcome to the shop. I'm Fred. So today we're going to make these little standoffs for this plate. Nothing really exciting. I'm just going to be machining little edges, chamfering them, giving myself a little edge whether to for the weld to adhere to. We're going to grind this plate up, and I'm going to machine a couple of these standoffs in the lathe, and I'm going to mount the camera on my new stand there and see how she works. Alright guys, let me get set up and we'll get started. Hang in there. Okay guys, so I've got the camera on the new stand and we're going to give it a little whirl. Alright, hang in there. I'm going to face off this little piece here. Give it a little chamfer. Okay, I noticed guys that I'm dead on the side here, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to move that camera a little closer in so you can get a more of a top view on that. Hang in there. Okay, that should do it. Alright, let me change out this one here and put another piece and we'll start all over again. I did this little clearance here. Get in front of the camera here. This is where I'm going to be welding to, so I need it nice and clean, and trying to grind that off with a grinder, just ridiculous. So that's just easier. All right, let's get this other piece in. Do the same thing. Little chamfer on it. Change out the head, different cutter. All right, we're just gonna swap it around now. Sorry about my big hands being in the way. see if I can get a little bit closer here. Hang in there. All right, we're gonna finish off this chamfer. Got to change the head out again, or the cutter. Give this a little facing. Okay, we're going to swap that piece around. Sorry about the hands in the way again. Giving that about a ½ inch there, cleaning up the mill scale. Alright, and we're going to put that bevel on it, because that's the end we're going to be welding. Okay guys, so we're done with these pieces now. Let's get back to some. Hey guys, okay, we're back. So I'm just going to dress this this piece of metal here. This is a 1 inch thick by 29 inches long by 14 inches wide, and it weighs about 150 pounds, believe it or not. This thing was a pain in the ass trying to lift in here. Anyways, took my time, and I got my son to help me. It was just too much for one guy. Anyways, we're just going to clean off these edges, and I'm going to have to move the camera back if you want to see the whole process, but it's just a lot of grinding, and should be done in about 20 minutes. I really want to get this thing cleaned up, get all the mill scale off. That's that gray coating they put on this stuff. This is hot rolled steel, so not cold rolled like this stuff here, which you don't have the mill scale, but same thing. You have to prep it. You have to make sure that oily crap is off there before you start welding or doing any kind of welding process, TIGging, MIGging, sticking. It's got to be perfectly clean, or it's not going to stick. And all right, guys, hang in there. We're going to start up. Just going to take this center hole, clean it up a little bit. I'll pan you over. Yeah, no sharp edges in there, but you can see the difference, the gray from the shiny steel. Once you get that mill scale off, that's what you have to get off if you're doing any kind of welding. If that mill scale doesn't come off, I know on my machine, if you don't take it off and you give it a whack, she'll end up breaking off. I believe that a good practice anytime you're doing welding on any kind of metal is to always clean it up. Wherever I'm welding, I usually give it a cleaning with the wheel. I take a little acetone, clean it up, clean up the pieces, and start doing my welding process. Anyways, guys, okay, we're going to do these corners now. Hang in there. Okay, so I've cleaned off all these corners where those little standoffs are going to go. So that standoff will be welded right to the edge of that, like that there. And we're going to have one on each corner. I only clean the middle here to get the get that rough edge off. This was actually cut with a torch, CNC torch. They did an awesome job on it. So yeah, so that's what it's going to look like. We're going to get all 4 of these welded in place. Like so. And I never really thought about which process I'm going to use. Either maybe just put a little TIG on there, because I did put a nice little bevel on there. I'd like to get right underneath that, so I could probably do that with a TIG torch versus the MIG. Anyways, so the stand worked out pretty good. I could make the extension a little longer, and I think I will make one for about another 4 inches. Just a vibration as it gets taller will be a little more, but it didn't vibrate. From what the video I'm going to look at, if it didn't vibrate, I'll make it a little bit longer so I can get right in over the lathe. And yeah, this worked out pretty good. Okay guys, we're done. Very short video. I want to just try that camera stand out to see how good it was going to work on the lathe, and I got to watch the video first and see if it's a little too short. I'm going to make it about another 4, maybe 3 inches longer. I believe I'll have a little bit of stock left, and if not, we'll have to get some, and I'll make it a little bit longer. The only hard thing about this, every time I change from tripod to stand, I got to change the shoe. So what I might do is I have an older action cam, Panasonic action cam, that I'm probably going to use on this stand here when I'm doing any kind of machining, and then when I'm doing what I'm doing now, talking to you guys, I'll just use the Canon. Anyways, guys, I'd like to say thanks to all my subscribers. Thanks to all my new subscribers. And this week, yeah, I'm going to look for some radial bearings to make the what do you call it, brake press. I've gone online to figure out exactly and looked at a few different projects that other people have done to make a brake press. I'd like to make it with interchangeable shoes on the top part, so if I'm making a box or any kind of specialty bend, I can actually remove the shoes. So yeah, it's going to be a little bit of figuring out, but I'm sure I'll get around to it. Anyways, guys, you have a great weekend. Talk to you later. Bye for now.